Glad to be here with you working on, well, there's really so much for us to work on, you know? It's a beautiful thing, and if you would humor me for a second, I would tell you a story. It's just real simple, the lesson that you can take out of this, but for me, one thing in my life that I never ever thought I would be able to do is juggle. I don't know why. Maybe as a kid, I just saw people doing it in the circus, and I had the feeling that it would never be something I could do. It just looked like it was so complicated, you know? Then one day, many years later, after the whole circus thing, I take a cruise with my family, and we're just laying around in the sun on the Norwegian Gem, somewhere in the Atlantic Ocean. The sun is hot out there, strong, and I got a crazy tan. And I learned a skill that day on that cruise. I learned how to learn the skill, to be more precise. And that skill was juggling. Charles Peacock, he performed a show for us where he juggled all kinds of things. From things that could cut your arm off, swords, to things that were irregularly shaped, bowling pins. He could juggle things just by throwing them or by bouncing them too. And he could play piano by bouncing balls and juggle the balls as he was playing. And I think that might have even furthered the thing about I will definitely not be able to juggle. So he taught us to take 3 socks and just put the sock into a little ball, throw it up, boom, it's easy, lightweight. If it hits the floor, no big deal. It's not going to bounce away from you, it takes forever. And he talked a lot about the benefits of juggling too. It was real interesting because they have done studies on people who are juggling, and your brain state tends to change, creates more communication between your brain. Your gaze, your eyes are used differently. Instead of having that focused kind of tunnel vision, you have to have a wider peripheral. The way that you use your eyes is especially fascinating to me, as it relates to fascia, because the superficial backline ends right above our eyes, and the hyperextension of our head puts our eyes in a different position. Jugglers have similar brain states to meditators. And when he put that to me, as I was weighed down by my cruise ship food, I was interested. So I practiced, but I wasn't able to do it. And eventually I left it behind, going back, I guess, to the belief that I would never be able to do it again. And the critical mistake that I made was I was trying so hard to learn it in such a condensed period of time. Now, Jim Quick says, we overestimate what we can do in a day, but we underestimate what we can do in a month, a year, 10 years with consistency. Darren Hardy talks about the compound effect. Is a nice way for it too. Consistency, compound, small bouts of practice. Jim Quick say practice over the bed so that if you drop the balls, it's no big deal. They won't go away from you. Because the more you got to pick up balls, the more frustrated you are, you're not going to really practice. Design in a way where your practice is fun and engaging. And if we take this approach to our training, we might be able to learn a skill that we thought we could never have. Because now I can juggle. And it's a metaphor, but the skill I'm really after is tensegrity. I'm not sure if it's a skill or a state. It's something that we're going to continue to explore. But that is really what I'm after. And the same way that I have a skill that I never thought I could have, this one I know I can have, and I'll put the consistency towards it, and we should all do so.